Hello everybody, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Today on this tutorial channel we're going to be looking at how to create pick a date picker. Yes, I created this a long time ago for my first project, and I remember that this was one of my hardest task. Like, it took me a while to learn. I didn't see anywhere on YouTube, so I had to learn how to prototype it myself. And to achieve this, I had to create a component set. And when I created a component set, if you look at the prototyping lines, you can tell that I had to connect each date with the button. So to achieve this, I'm going to do this manually, like a step at a time. However, you can easily get this template on the Figma community by going to the Explore Community section section of Figma, whether your website or your app, and type date picker. And when you do that, you would see different options. I prefer this second option because I can see the date, the month, the year, and I was going back and forth, and I can see all the days, and I can see the over and the clicked options. So that's on, so that you can explore that on Figma community. However, I'm going to just start by showing you the step by step of how to do this manually. So the first thing I do is to create a frame that is going to host the month and the year with an icon, and it's going to host the days of the week and each date and all. So when I usually want to set up my frame, I like my frames to be divisible by 4. It's just a preference, not necessary. So I'm using 220 by 288. So yes, that is it. Then I'm going to try to choose a preferred color. So the colors have to obviously be distinct. It's just the UX of things now. The colors have to be distinct. The colors from the main background of the frame to the text colors or the other frames within the frame, they just have to be very different. So now I'm setting up the frame that is going to carry the month and the dates, the month and the year with the icon. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do now, the month and the year, and I'm trying to choose a color that's going to that will be distinct from the main frame that is holding the old calendar. So yes, while doing this, okay, yeah, I can see it now. I need to make that on, yes, I've made that 100%, and that way it's more distinct that way. Okay, so the next phase is to just make the length of the month and year frame longer, curve the edges and make it just look more pleasing to the eyes. And now I'm going to, so this month is October, so I need to just choose a preferred font and font size. Yes, that's definitely too big for the frame, so we just need to choose the preferred font size. Let me check from my pre-saved. These font sizes are already in my design system. I believe I have a tutorial on design system already on this channel. If I don't, I'm going to create one shortly. So I'm going to just run a plugin to pick an icon that I prefer. I want the icons to look more aligned to the text. I think that is better. So let me just try and align that icon to look more in line, at least look like it's look like the text in general. Okay, so that is done. And why is it not looking good? Okay, now that looks aligned. So I framed them together. I put a spacing that's going to work. Yes, I put the year also, October 2023, and choose a preferred color in line with my colors. And yes, then I'll just try and align that within that frame that's going to host it. Let me see. I need to make that more aligned through auto layout, which has done that. Then I kind of move it, and that looks better. Okay, so with this done, I can now create the days in the week, and to do that I create a frame. I remove the color of the background, make it as small as I want it to be. Then I begin to type in the days of the week and choose my preferred font again, and is that gonna work? Is 12 gonna work? Then I try to align it within the frame. Yes, I try to align it within the frame. That's aligned. Okay, then I can now duplicate that and change it to Monday, Tuesday. And as I said, Figma is very manual. Okay, so this is just me trying to make the spacing look appropriate. Then I create 7 days of the week. Don't make 8, please. That's a big mistake. I did that before. I create 7 days of the week, and I begin to type in like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I need to do Saturday. Yes, then I can put that together. Shift A creates a spacing that works, and probably centralize it. Yes, that spacing works. Let's see. Yes, so I chose a square for each frame, and I centralized it. Now that works. Okay, so let's now try to align the month and the day, the month and the year with the day of the week. Now I'm just trying to centralize the text within each frame so that they are all that did not work. I have to do it individually. As I said, this is why I said Figma is very manual. It's one step at a time. Okay, now so that's done. Then I begin to include I begin to duplicate it, and what I'm going to do as I duplicate is now to put the numbers of the day of in each week. So thankfully October 2023 started with the first day on Monday, so I just do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And as I do this, I also notice that I may need to align again because it's looking like it's not so aligned. But yes, so this is the thing about working with Figma. A lot of times it is very manual. So we're in 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. You know what, if you know another way of automatically working on Figma, like things like this, without going to the community to just like copy and paste a template, let me know in the comment section. I'll really appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to work on the spacing because I think I have kind of some excess space below the frame. Okay, so okay, that's better. Just make it more centralized. And I will want to change the colors, change the text. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, I changed the text from bold to medium so that I can have a distinct text style between the month and the year, the days of the week, and the number of each day, just to make it a little bit distinct. Oh, and this place now, I'm now filling the frames just to show that some of the frames are not valid. So that means people cannot select 1 2 3 because these days of the week has already passed. So this is just a sign to indicate that you cannot select those. So I then go to centralize each text as I suspected I was going to need to do. Okay, I'm going to assume that 8th of October 2023, 8 and 9 are also not available for selection. Okay, so next I then start the prototyping stage. So to do this, I go back to that frame and I copied the month and year, and I will just change the text to pick a date, and I would change the frame to by flipping vertical, so that it can show me that it just shows the UX of things, showing that you can click the arrow down and it's going to show you something else. So this is when I now begin to type in each day of the week. Now there are two options of doing this. You can either do this individually, where you just type in each of them one by one. That's the frame I actually want to test that on. Okay, so this is the option of just typing this one by one and editing it, and I'm just typing, okay, 14th of October, 15th of October. I'm just going to keep duplicating. So this is an option of how to create each button or each drop down menu. This is an option. So we're in 17th, 18th, 19th, 2021 and all. Then I can now select everything. It's a group selection. Okay, I'm not going to select that frame, and I can click on the component button and click on the create component set option, and that way everything is within a component. So what I do next is I go to the prototype and I begin to pick a date to the main calendar. Now if I click on that plus button, you can see that it's going to automatically duplicate a component, and this is the reason why I do not like using it, because when I'm trying to connect it to the calendar, it could duplicate again, and that's why I rather do it the way I did it initially. So I connect the pick a date menu or icon to the main calendar. That has duplicated again by itself. I don't want that to happen. I can just change. Okay, so I've been able to change one to 11. That way, that's good. Okay, so I connect the 11th frame to the 11th of October 2023, and I connect 11th of October 2023 to the main calendar, and it's just a repetitive process. You connect each date of the week in the calendar to the menu option that is supposed to go to. So sometimes it becomes difficult to connect because they are so close to each other, and that's why I went to another date. Oh, you have to also be very careful that you do not connect the whole roll of frame that has like 15, 16, 17, 18 to one of those menu options. You have to make sure that you're selecting the frame within the row you're connecting that to the menu option. Sometimes it can be difficult like this, and you can now decide to use another option by clicking on the interaction buttons. First of all, you have to determine what is the name of the frame you're trying to connect it to. So the 16th is the name of the frame is frame 2591, and this is the reason why it's actually good to name your frames, but I'm not going to do that here because this is just a tutorial. It's not for the sake of being a perfectionist here. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to connect the 16th again to that. Okay, that has connected. So as you can see, there is an on drag option and on tap. So I'm going to, I deleted the on tap and changed the on drag to on tap. Then I connected the 16th of October 2023 back to the main calendar. So that's connecting up 16 to 17 to the main calendar, and I'm just going to repeat the process and try to connect everything that needs to be connected. So I connected 19th, I connected the drop downs, and so you can see how it is they're so close to each other that sometimes it's just good to make it automated by clicking on the interaction option, but we'll make that work all the same. Okay, so I need to get that 18th. 19 has been connected, 20 is being connected now. Okay, so that has been done. So what I do next is I now click on the pick a date component, and I paste it within the frame I wanted to paste it in. So this is my test frame. So I just prototype it by clicking the play button. That's the prototype button. I just test the prototype by clicking that play button, and let's see what happens. So when you click on pick a date, it drops down, and when you click on 19th of October and you just keep on, you can see that it keeps going to the dates you want it to go to. Now you can be wondering that, oh, it is so much to the left of the screen and you might not like it that way, but we have to understand that this is not an ideal template, just a test. So I'm going to now try and create an ideal template by adding something like is it movie dates or booking dates? Yes, or booking dates. That's better. So that we're going to try and make it more aligned, and let's see how that's going to look in case you're trying to do something like this. Okay, we'll bring it down just a little bit more. Yes, and let's go. So it looks more aligned, it looks more realistic than when it was extremely to one side of the page. So yes, this is how to achieve your date picker. So if you have any questions, you can ask me that question in the comment section. If you have a better way of going about this date picker approach that is not so manual, you can put it in the comment section, and just let me know what else you would like to learn in prototyping, in Figma prototyping for next time. Thank you for joining me, and have a beautiful week or weekend whenever this is going to be uploaded. Bye.